Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Well, I have a little bit more for you, family. A little bit more. Now, I just talked about the year of return, right? For Ghana. Well, guess what else they got? Benin has announced the gate of return. Okay? The country in Africa called Benin has announced the gate of return. And here's another one for you. Here is another one. Nigeria has announced the door of return. So we have the year of return, now the door of return, and the gate of return. Now, I wonder how many other returns there are going to be. Now, I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but Benin, gate of return, is it because you heard about the $1 billion that the year of return brought in? Nigeria, are you doing the door of return because you heard about the $1 billion? Okay, I'm a part of the diaspora. And even before the awakening that I have experienced and my family have experienced, we were researching various countries in Africa, wanting to know where we could fit in because guess what? I love my people. I love y'all. And I would love to be among my people that love me. But as we started looking more and more into things, we started to wonder, do our people love us? Now, some of you say you do. We've been in contact with a number of Africans over the years, but we don't always get love coming out of Africa. I told you all years ago when I was a teenager, there was a guy from Africa who, I don't even know how we met. I can't even remember how we met, but somehow he found out I was an artist. And it may have been at some type of trade show that they were having. And he found out I was an artist, so he had me do some artwork for him for some type of kids programming he was going to do. And in the process of working with him, he ended up meeting my family. He saw me, my sister, my brother. And he, at the time, I was a little offended only because I was so young and I didn't want to feel disrespectful to my elders. But he says, "You're not pure." He said, "But now your brother, he's pure." Because my brother's really dark, right? He said, "Your brother, he's pure. He's pure because he really got that melanin." And I remember feeling some kind of way about it, but too afraid because I was a good old Christian girl at the time. And so I didn't want to feel disrespectful to my elders while he was telling me I'm not pure, while telling me my brother was pure because he's so dark, you know, and which that's cool. I love melanin, right? I love melanin. But when you hear someone from Africa say that, and then you start to see and hear more and more narratives of how some of them, not all of them, look down on us because we are in the diaspora, while at the same time looking up to white people. You look down on us who you say we got white in us or whatever, but you look up to them. And so I don't get that. I'm confused by that. But you have to understand when we are a little leery, some of us, not all of us, some of our people say, "Oh, the gate of return is open now. It's been launched. Maybe I should go through the gate of return to Benin. Or maybe I should just go through the door of return to Nigeria. Because the year of return wasn't what I thought it was, so maybe the gate or the door is it." I'm being sarcastic now, family. Okay, only because folk keep exciting us and inviting us, and we think that this is some type of return. Many of us want it to be. You think that we enjoy being under certain leaderships and rulerships. We'd rather be among our people, but if our people are still under these same people, we ain't fooled. We see what's happening. We see how Asia has taken over, or the Chinese has taken over. We see how they've taken over. And so would we be going from one oppressor to the other? Because it doesn't seem like even Africans have control over Africa at this point. And so is this just another ploy? Is the gate of return by Benin and the door of return by Nigeria just another spin-off of the year of return where $1 billion was collected from the diaspora? And there was even a guy from Ghana who said, "Hey, check this out, y'all." He said, "You don't want to marry a woman from Ghana because there are issues that you're going to be marrying low if you marry a woman from Ghana. But why don't you meet up with one of those year of return women from the diaspora while they are here and get them pregnant? So to me, that's an insult. That's no different than what Jerry said to me years ago about this white guy said that he would love to wake up next to me in the morning. I felt insulted. I didn't feel impressed or anything or honored. I felt insulted, like, who the heck do you think you are and I am? Now, that to me is the same thing with this guy from Ghana saying that get one of the year of return women pregnant. What you're essentially saying is during this, let's just say it's a 7-day period that these women are there. I don't know how long some people stayed, but let's just say it's 7 days. You are basically saying that within 7 days, you are going to convince a woman from the diaspora, whether it's from the United States or the UK or in the Caribbean or wherever they may have come from, you're going to convince that woman to sleep with you within 7 days, and you are going to put your sperm in her and get her pregnant within a 7-day visitation period. That is you saying that you think very low. Not saying that somebody out there wouldn't take you up on that, but that is an insult. It is an insult. It's not anything that someone would be proud of. I see things for what they are, family, and I speak the truth for what it is. It doesn't matter if you don't like it or understand it or agree with it. It is what it is. When you say that you want to get a woman from the diaspora pregnant during her little window of visitation to Ghana, you are pretty much treating her like a whore for whatever benefit it is to you. It is what it is, family. It is what it is. The truth will always be whether you like it or not. We've got a lot of work to do worldwide as a people. A lot of work to do. I think I'm done with the story for now. I was a little bothered by it. You know, when you are a person who has had the desire to return to Africa to be among your people, and then you see all this stuff happening, and you kind of analyze what is happening. You think about what's being said and what's being told and what's being done. You just kind of sit back and you say, well, ain't this some stuff? They see us as liquid money too. Do they really love us? Do you really want us there? Because a woman from the Congo said she didn't want us there. Some of you remember that video. She said they didn't want us there. They just want our money. Send your money. Now, I want to say this to all of my African family who don't feel that way. Those of you who reach out to us, to this ministry, to this channel, and you don't feel this way. Beloved, I am not talking to you or about you. I'm talking to those who feel this way about us, okay? As long as I can remember, even when I was insulted by the African guy as a teenager, I have felt this extreme amount of love for my beautiful people. And this is even before I understood the separation between Shem and Ham. You know what I'm saying? I was a Christian at the time, so I didn't know we were Shem. I didn't really know who we were. I was told we were Ham, but I thought everybody over there were Ham. And when I looked at people in Africa, I just had this extreme amount of love as a young person too. I'm not talking about me today. It's still there today. But even as a young person, it's like I had this overwhelming amount of love for my people. I always have. And so I've always felt for my people. I've always took pity on my people. I've always loved my people. But then when I started to realize that my people don't all feel the same for me, it was like really a blow. And not just people in the, on the continent, but here, even in the diaspora, there is not a lot of love among our people, even here. A lot of hatred and division. It is what it is. It was prophesied, and it is something we've just got to come to terms with. But nonetheless, no one wants to feel taken advantage of. I hope I didn't have the mic too far away from me. I'm looking at it now and it looks like it may have been too far away. So I may have to adjust the volume when I share this with you. But anyway, family, I'm done with this video. I hope that you don't get too offended, some of you. Anyways, with that, I will say shalom. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.